Okay, time for a new video, and whether you are somebody new to my channel or you are returning to my channel to watch this video, it is greatly appreciated. As always, I'm filming this video in one go, therefore I apologise in advance if I stumble over my words going forwards, and indeed if the quality of this video is fairly poor as well. If there's any lag, anything like that at all, sadly it cannot be helped, and hopefully it is not too much of an issue for you. This is yet another Eurovision 2021 related video here on my channel. As I'm recording this, it is Sunday the 16th of May. This time next week, we will know the winner of the upcoming Eurovision Song Contest, which is of course scheduled to take place at the Ahoy in Rotterdam in the Netherlands. So yes, this time next week, I might well be making a video saying, this country won last night, and now we can start thinking about the 2022 edition, which will probably be in whatever city. Could it be Paris, Sofia, Reykjavik, Limassol, Bern, Milan? We wait and see. Now, the purpose of this video is not to talk about any of the rehearsals, but to actually take a look at what the betting odds are saying with just a few days to go until the contest actually kicks off. Now, I'm taking a look here on EurovisionWorld.com. Semi-final one, here we go. Apologies if there is any lag. So I'm taking a look at semi-final one, which is a bit of a bloodbath, no doubt about it. I would say there's probably about 5 or maybe 6 sure qualifiers from this first semi-final next Tuesday. Be on the lookout for a video tomorrow in which I make my final semi-final one prediction ahead of the show on Tuesday night. So it says here, Malta has a 95% chance of qualifying. I agree. Cyprus, number 2, Lithuania 3, Ukraine 4, Russia 5. I would probably have Russia above Ukraine there, but anyway. Sweden 6. I still think Sweden could do exceptionally well in the jury half of the results. Croatia 7. That's maybe a place or two too high. Let me know your thoughts on that. Norway 8. I think that's seen by many Eurovision fans as a borderline qualifier. But I can see Norway being announced as the last qualifier myself. And, I mean, if it misses out, so be it. If it goes through, it's absolutely not a surprise. It's all about the staging, really. The song itself, it's fine, but as I've said before on this channel, it is really quite generic. And therefore, will the jurors in particular really appreciate its musical value, I guess? I apologise here, I'm just rubbing this out on my notice board. But then we have Israel in 9th, and I can see Israel going through at this moment in time. I can see the juries appreciating that, even though I think the performance itself is nothing truly outstanding. And then Azerbaijan in 10th, and it looks as though Azerbaijan has just edged ahead of Romania for that last spot in this list. So Romania has a 59% chance, Azerbaijan a 60% chance. I think both of those songs are going through myself. But we wait and see. Anyway, Belgium 12, Australia 13, Ireland 14, Slovenia 15, North Macedonia last. If we are going to get a shock on Tuesday, it might be Slovenia going through. But that's the only real shock that I can see happening, because North Macedonia are gone, with all due respect. Ireland, I think, even with the fairly impressive staging, it's quite simple but effective. I can see Ireland missing out. Australia, I think it doesn't really matter that Montaigne isn't in Rotterdam. I think she was probably not going to qualify anyway, maybe. Belgium I'd love to see go through. That would be a tremendous result. Been quite a while since Belgium were in the final. Romania's in a spot of bother, no doubt about it, particularly in the jury half of the results, I feel. And then again, the public might be put off as well. I don't know why, but I have to say, with the second rehearsal clip, it didn't blow me away one bit. It's a very tough semi-final, but I have to say, I pretty much agree with what this website says. As for semi-final 2, this is looking quite interesting. Switzerland, 93% chance, I agree. Bulgaria and then Iceland. I think Switzerland will win the semi-final, and it will be Bulgaria and Iceland making up the top 3, so I agree with that. Finland 4, Greece 5, Serbia 6. Now, Serbia has shot up quite a bit over the past few weeks. I think The bookmakers were underestimating it, no doubt about it. San Marino 7. All depends really on whether Flow Rider's there. Could San Marino be a shock non-qualifier? I doubt it, but you never know. Portugal in 8. Now, Portugal is the country that I think has risen the most over the past fortnight. I've been impressed with the rehearsals. I think the lead singer's got a very unique tone to his voice. I thought the performance looked really beautiful. It's a nice song, albeit repetitive, but they think, the bookmakers, they think Portugal is going through. Maybe I agree. Be on the lookout on Wednesday for that prediction. Albania 9, Moldova 10. I think Moldova might really struggle in the end. We wait and see. That means Austria 11, 50% chance of going through. Moldova has a 53% chance. Maybe Moldova and Austria will both go through. Maybe neither of them will go through. Let me know what you think. Denmark 12. I mean, Denmark was looking good to qualify at one point, but that was pretty much as soon as the running order came out and we knew that Fiel Flammer would be performing last. Now I think it's back to square one almost, and Denmark is being seen as an NQ. Estonia 13, that isn't qualifying really. Latvia 14, I don't see that happening. Czech Republic 15, that's a bit low, but his second rehearsal clip was a big disappointment if you ask me. I mean, whether he's holding back vocally, I don't know, but it simply wasn't strong enough. Georgia 16, Poland 17. Well, Poland won't finish last here, I'd be amazed. Mainly because of the diaspora. And I think some people will enjoy the song for what it is. Do I agree with that top 10? Yeah, if that turns out to be the top 10, I wouldn't be disappointed. Now, in terms of overall, as it stands, Italy has a 22% chance of winning. And a 21% chance. That has literally just changed as I've been looking at it. Italy 1, France 2. I think Italy stands a better chance than France. France might win the jury vote below 5th in the public half of the results, therefore no win. Italy might be winner of the public vote, below 5th in the jury result, therefore no win. Malta might win the jury vote, below 5th in the public half of the results. Malta has a 12% chance, so Italy and France are starting to pull away slightly, but it's pretty much neck and neck between those two powerhouses. Iceland is 4th. That might do it, you know. That could be top 3 with public and jury. Depends if the juries are charmed by it enough. It's a very good song. Cyprus 5th. I don't think Cyprus will be winning. Bulgaria 6th. With a 6% chance of winning, just like Cyprus. That's going to have to be an absolutely enormous score for Victoria. An enormous score. Switzerland are now 7th. I think John's Tears' chances have faded quite significantly after that second rehearsal. I don't think he's winning now. It might happen, but it's got to be an enormous score. Ukraine are 8th. They're not winning. Lithuania are 9th. They're not winning. Greece are 10th. Fair enough. Russia 11th, that's one to keep an eye on. Sweden 12th, I can still see Sweden perhaps winning that jury vote, you know. I really can see that happening. I wouldn't be the slightest bit surprised. Finland 13, San Marino 14, then Norway. Portugal are 16. Nobody's really talking about Portugal, but they have risen quite a bit. Romania's still 18. UK 25, it's all over for us. We'll probably open the grand final and then that's the end of it. Germany 29, Netherlands 30. I think the Netherlands should be a bit higher. Spain 38th out of 39. Only Georgia below Blas Canto. That's very harsh because I thought his second rehearsal was very nice and the song's not half bad. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this. It's a bit of a messy video, but we've got France, yes. Italy, which I've got written down here. Malta, yes. Iceland, I've got written down, yes. Cyprus I've got written down, yes. Bulgaria I've got written down. Switzerland I've got written down. And I may as well write Ukraine down here as well. I think it's between those top 7 nations that I'm looking at here. And perhaps by next Friday, when we have the grand final running order, we can whittle that list down to perhaps just 2 or 3. I mean, Italy's in such a good position here, but we all know what it's been like in the past with Italy, particularly with the jury results. So anyway, Here's what I'm going to do before finishing this rambling video off. I've got my notice board here. Oh dear me, I do apologise if there's any lag. You can just about make this out, it's back to front. But I'm just going to do a minimum jury mark, minimum public mark, and then overall. So France, in the jury vote, this is just a very rough estimation 6 days before the final. I would say France has a minimum of 210 in the jury half of the results. And from the public, it's going to be less. I still think France will be top 10, absolutely, with the public, but probably about 7th or 8th, which would be about, I don't know, 140 points minimum. That would be a very respectable mark, I think, from the public for Voila. As for Bulgaria, the public mark will be higher. I'm thinking maybe somewhere in the region of, will Victoria get more points from us than Barbara? Maybe. Let's put 140 again. And then from the jury, let's put 120. Switzerland in the jury half of the results might be the winner. I'm thinking it's got to be a minimum of 220. And then from the public, well, Duncan Lawrence got about 220 something, didn't he? Was it something like that? Actually, it might have been higher, 250 something. Can't quite remember. Anyway, it was a very good mark. I think Switzerland probably about 200 minimum from the public there. Malta from the juries will be a very decent mark. I'd say minimum of 170. And then public will be slightly less, so I'll say 150. Surely it won't be less than 100 for Destiny in the public half of the results in the final. That would be a massive, massive disappointment. Let's not forget, though, Michaela got 20 something. Outrageous. Anyway, Cyprus. Jury, probably about 120. Public, about 150. Iceland in the jury points, I don't know, let's say a flat 100, and then, which would be enough to be top 10, just, with the jury. And then public could be a huge mark. I'll say 200 to be safe. Italy, I think you've got to be looking at 230 minimum from the public. The momentum's with Maneskin. And then jury will be less, let's say 175. And then Ukraine, jury probably, I don't know, 70, 80 points minimum. And then public maybe about 100. So overall, that's 180 for Ukraine. My maths is shocking, so let's do this. 210 plus 140. I've totally messed up there. Let me do that again. I do apologise. What a mess this video is turning out to be. 210 plus 350 minimum for France, which would be what? If it's a close contest, that's a top 3 finish, I think. Narrowly a top 3 finish, maybe. Anyway, then we have Bulgaria. 120, 140. That's 260 minimum for Bulgaria. So that's probably about 5th or 6th in the end. Switzerland, which is a tremendous song. That's going to be 420. So that's quite a way ahead of France there, which surprises me. Maybe I'm overestimating John's chances with the public. I don't know. It depends whether people gravitate towards his modern dance moves, I guess. Then we have Malta, and I don't know. I feel as though Malta's chances have faded quite a bit recently. 320. So that's below France, but above Bulgaria. Cyprus, no, I don't think Cyprus are winning, but another very respectable result is on the cards for El Diablo. El Diablo. Oh, it's a great song. 270. So that's 10 more than Bulgaria, actually. Interesting. Iceland, well, I can work that out. That's 300. And then Italy. Oh, whoops. Oh, dearie me. 230 plus 405. So that means Switzerland first. There I am saying Switzerland probably won't win now. 7th in the odds. But I've got them down to finish first, based on this very quickly, crudely done method of working out the results. Then Italy in second with 405 minimum. Then it's going to be France third with 350. Then Malta fourth with 320. Then Iceland fifth with 300. Sixth will be Cyprus. Seventh, Bulgaria. And eighth, and quite a distant eighth, Go A for Ukraine. So there we are, a very, very rambling and shoddily put together video perhaps, but I wanted to take a look at the odds because we shouldn't just look at them and say, okay, it's set in stone, because that's obviously not the case. But more often than not, the bookmakers, the betting odds, turn out to be quite accurate in the end. That's what I've found over the many, many years I've been watching Eurovision and taking a look at the odds before the contest too. I'd love to see Italy win. I mentioned, I think, in a previous video about buying an Italian flag. I've pre-ordered one, so that will be shipped to me tomorrow, all being well. I think it would just be a triumph for the contest if we had an automatic qualifier win. I mean, a song in French win, we haven't had that for so long. France haven't won since the 70s. Italy haven't won since the start of the 90s. We haven't had a song in Italian win since the last Italian victory. Italy has been trying so hard, and for France it would be a complete turnaround in fortunes, very similar to what happened with the Netherlands, Portugal a few years before that. Malta, it would be great because they've never won. Iceland have never won. Cyprus have never won. Bulgaria have never won. Switzerland haven't won since the 80s. And of course, it's the grandfather of the Eurovision Song Contest, if you will, because they hosted and won the very first contest. So yeah, if any of those top 7 nations win, I'm a happy man. And I think going into next Saturday's final, I'll actually be quite calm, because I know that a good song is probably going to come out on top, and we're not going to have a truly surprising winner. I mean, if Ukraine win for the 3rd time in, what, I don't know, 17, 18 years or something, that would be a surprise to me. That's not happening. Lithuania aren't winning now. And I don't see any other nation really pushing hard enough for victory. It could end up being a 2-horse race between 2 automatic qualifiers. Can you believe it? Let me know your thoughts. Hopefully the quality wasn't too bad. Next week, loads of videos, and I'm sure a great deal of stress, although I have to take it easy because of the hospital trip I had the other day. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Thank you for all the support on the channel recently. I should also give a little bit of a shout out to the Peace Around, who mentioned me in her most recent video talking about why Italy should win Eurovision 2021. Very similar to a video I made many weeks ago. Check it out, support her channel, support any Eurovision related YouTuber, because, you know, we all share a passion for this wonderful show. Until next time, I will shut up now. Take care, bye for now, roll on next week.